Hello, it's Debbie Gilbert from the Business Awards show, and I'm also the owner of the Best Business Women Awards. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Sam Webb from Crane & Staples, a law firm in Welwyn Garden City. Sam is a private client lawyer, and Crane & Staples have been involved with the awards since the very start, back in 2015. But not just our awards, they sponsor our awards and judge our awards, but also they've won lots of awards themselves. So we're going to talk a lot today to Sam about why awards have been pivotal to Crane & Staples' success. So welcome, Sam.
Thank you, Debbie.
So tell our listeners a little bit about Crane & Staples and then a little bit about you and what you've been up to in the last few years.
Okay, no problem. Crane & Staples are a medium-sized law firm. We're based in Welwyn Garden City. So most clients enjoy coming to see us and then popping over to John Lewis. So we have quite useful being based here. We do most areas of law. We have a big property team. They do commercial properties as well as your normal house buying and selling. They've been particularly busy in the last couple of years, as you can imagine. Mm-hmm. So we've got some new team members over there. So it's lovely to welcome some new faces. We also have an employment department. And again, they've been quite busy because they've been dealing with redundancies and settlement agreements, etc. Again, I'm hesitating to say, but as you can imagine, our family department have been very busy with divorces and separations due to the pressures of lockdown. And then I'm a private client lawyer, so I work in the department where we do wills, powers of attorney, trusts, tax, estate administration. So unfortunately, I have to say, well, you know, we've seen the downside of the lockdown here as well. You know, it's been particularly brutal on some families, and we've been involved in some heartbreaking work, I think. But overall, you know, we're all very busy, and we've been part of this community for a long time. We first started in 1938, so you can imagine that we've built up some very strong relationships, both with businesses and people, and we're very lucky because we've got a very loyal customer and clients, and they tend to come back to us. So you know, and we're really pleased to see everyone as well. It's good to be busy and good to see old and new faces, really.
Wow. So how long have you worked at Crane & Staples?
So I've been here, I can't quite believe it, but I've been here coming up 15 years in April.
Wow, that is a long time.
It is a really long time, isn't it? But I've loved it. I've always, well, I've done mainly private client work. So again, I'm seeing the same clients come back again, and you build up such great relationships with the clients and their families. So that's nice to see it through and be part of the Crane & Staples family.
So when you walk into Crane & Staples offices, which I've done a few times, you are greeted by this shelf, which is groaning with awards that the company has won over the years. So why do you think that Crane & Staples have had that as part of their strategy to enter business awards?
I think it's been a key part of our marketing strategy. When I first joined, we weren't entering into awards. And I think actually the awards community was a lot smaller then than it was now, to be fair. But I think a couple of years in, we then sort of dipped our toe into the water of awards and found actually we were successful. And I think it's a twofold. I think it increases our profile, so we can show our clients, look, we've been judged to be really good in this field, or a really good trainer, because don't forget we have lots of trainee solicitors here, and we've won awards in that area. And also, I think for us as a team, it's great to come together, to put in an application and then see it through, and hopefully we win. So it's been great, really positive.
Do you think that it also enforces the public's view about you as a company? when they know that you've won both legal awards, local awards, national awards? Do you think that actually, I mean, in the competitive world of law firms, that it actually strengthens you as a business?
I think it definitely does. I mean, we're all more in the digital world now, aren't we? Although we have lots of clients coming back to us, you know, the younger generations, they'll look on review sites, they'll look on online perhaps before they make the first steps to contacting us. So I think it's almost like a badge of confidence, isn't it? So that within our field, we can say, well, look, you know, we've been judged to be one of the best trainers, one of the best in customer service. I mean, we just won an award, a national award in December, actually, for the SME Awards in service excellence. Well, that's such a you know, a success story for us, because that's what we want to do. We want to provide the very best service that we can for clients. So to win that award and to celebrate together, I think there was at least 6 of us at the dinner table whooping it up and just having a great time when we won. So it was really nice. It sort of reinforces the positivity and what we're trying to build here, as well as a firm, you know, because our business is about excellence. That's what people expect from us. And so it sort of showcases that, I think, to the wider audience.
So a few years ago, you moved into the sphere of sponsoring awards, not just Best Businesswomen Awards, but other awards as well. What was the thought process behind that?
I think the thought process was being part of a community. So it's very important to us here to be to have that professional relationship between us and clients, but also we want to be involved. We want to know more about clients, more about the community. It's very important to be involved in a business community. And also we wanted to be involved, particularly with your awards and sponsoring them, because that's especially important to us as well, to be part of an award community that focuses and celebrates women and their successes in business, because we have more female partners here than male. We have more female solicitors than male. So our business itself shows that we are you know, concentrated with women, and we want to be part of that, actually, and we want to be part of that success. We also want to be part of that journey, and that journey with you when you first started, and I think it's such a positive thing to be part of. It's a process. We enjoy all of it, all the events and the meetings that you run. It's wonderful to be part of that.
Oh, thank you. So I want to pick your brains a bit about judging, because Sam, you've been judging the awards for many years now. What sort of things really excite you in an entry that make you think, wow, you know, this is going to be one of the award winners this year?
Yeah. Do you know, it's very difficult to pinpoint. It's almost an X factor. It's what makes you read on. So it's not the dryness in an application. I think there's a couple of points really to pinpoint, is that it's frustrating when people don't answer the questions, perhaps. So that leads you, you know, to you have that difficulty engaging in that application already, when it's perhaps not giving you the full information, when the business owner perhaps doesn't explain what their business is about. I don't understand a lot of the digital world, and sometimes with these applications I don't understand what they're about, and I think therefore you're not fully engaged with that application. But it's great to read successes and a success story, and it's great to see the passion come through, I think, in an application. And you just know sometimes with businesses, because you get that extra polish, and you just think they're so committed, they're answering the questions, you want to find out more about them. And the minute you start to look them up on the internet, oh, I'm going to use them, I want to use those cakes or those, you know, whatever they're doing, it's sort of, it pulls you in. So I think really they applications business owners should be aware of answering the questions and putting as much of their passion into it. You know, what made them start the business? Why is it successful? And also not to be afraid. I think sometimes some of the applications, you know, people don't want to shout about their success and they're rather timid. And it's just like, you just feel like, this is marvelous, shout about it. So you want that extra oomph, I would say.
Yeah, and you know, it was interesting. I'll pick up on the point about putting effort into your entry, because you know there is a first round of screening. We get lots of entries in the awards, as I'm sure other awards do as well. So we try and present the very best entries to the judging panel, and people who have literally put in like 50 words for a 500-word answer, or have copied and pasted information off their website and haven't even taken any time or trouble to answer the question properly, they're not going to get their entry seen by a judging panel because they haven't even met the initial requirements. And evidence is a key one. You know, making sure the evidence is relevant to what they're saying in their entry. Wouldn't you say? Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, because one of the questions is always about the turnover and evidence that with your accounts or something. And sometimes, invariably, I would say a third of the applications don't attach that evidence or reference it in some way, and you just think, I haven't got a sense of how successful your business is. You're telling me, but actually this is, you're in a business arena, you know, what's the money, what's your turnover, what's your profit? And so that's what we need. I do find actually that applicants are getting better at attaching testimonials. That's becoming, I think, ever more evident year on year. But I think it's, you know, that one is at the accounts is a big failing, I think, and tends to be about 10 marks, doesn't it, from memory?
Yes, and I mean, we changed our entry form last year, so they could not submit without actually attaching that information. There was a separate question. But we still get people who we had a few last year where they just sort of attached a very sort of 2 lines on a Word document, which wasn't evidence at all, just to kind of almost say, well, I've ticked the box, but it was what they'd actually written in the box anyway, because there is a box on the form. That wasn't evidence. And it's easy just to send a copy of your accounts from your accountant that they prepare it for you, or a copy of your self-assessment or something off of an online accounting system. It's not difficult. And like you say, it's really hard for you to actually get a handle on whether that business is credible and actually does understand business finance if you don't have that information. So, you know, I think case studies are really important as well, especially when you're trying to demonstrate how your business has taken someone from where they are when they started working with you to where they are now. And a lot of people forget that information as well, don't they?
They do. Yes, I mean, it's difficult at times. I always like reading the testimonials because I think that's the sort of nugget of your success as well. What are your clients saying about you? They're taking the time and the effort to write a review, and so what's important to them? So I think it's important to a business, it's important to reflect it in the application, and important for the judges to read it, because I think that again is almost the mirror to the business, isn't it? Then you can just see what's going on in the real world.
So Crane and Staples, what's on the plan for this year? So are you going to enter any awards yourselves?
Well, we don't know yet, Debbie. I think we're just still carrying on with the flush of our success from the end of last year. We probably will. I think we just think it's marvellous.
Yeah,
I do. I think it's a real. It helps with team building. We all enjoy, you know, that the process of it. So yes, we're likely to enter the Biz for Biz awards, I think, which I think are in March. They tend to be. So yeah, but I don't know later on in the year. We'll have to see what happens.
Well, I know I've done a recommendation for the Legal 500, I think it is as well.
Thank you very much. Oh yes.
Legal 500 is always good. And I think what you're doing is a really good strategy, because you've got that mix of legal awards with local business awards in Hertfordshire and then national awards. And I think having those 3 strings to your bow gets you noticed on so many levels. And it's a continual thing with Crane and Staples. It's not like, well, I just entered one year and then you know, haven't done anything for 3 years, it's always on your radar every single year. And so that increases the visibility of your business and always gives you something to talk about, shout about. And like you said, great for team morale as well, because, you know, also attracting new staff. If you've won awards, it kind of almost validates that you must be a good company to work for as well. So you've got lots of different reasons. Are you fully back in the office now, or are you still a bit hybrid working?
We're still a bit hybrid working, so we're choosing which days to come in if we want to, really. There's more of us in, I've got to say, after Christmas. So I think we're just gauging the comfort of people, really, what they want to do, you know. So, but we're seeing more clients in the office, I would say, you know. Our clients want to come in and see us most of the time. So that's been good, rather than Zoom meetings or video meetings.
Brilliant. So good to hear how busy you are. So if you are listening in, you need legal help, you can work with anyone actually anywhere in the UK, can't you, Sam?
With
the way that the internet works, you can definitely work with Crane and Staples wherever you are. Use them personally for some conveyancing work and legal power of attorneys. So, you know, I think your service, I have experienced it and I can vouch for how good it is. So if you're in the market for legal services, chat to Crane and Staples. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for your support with the Best Business Women Awards. And I know that you've supported other awards as well, because the work of sponsors and judges is so vital to the success of business awards. Without judges, there can be no awards, and without sponsors, there can't be any awards either. So it's great that you're championing female entrepreneurs, and that's really high on your agenda, because, you know, the reason for setting up the awards at the time in 2015, there were very little awards out there solely focused on female entrepreneurs. So that's what I brought to the marketplace, and I'm pleased to say lots of people have now set up business awards for women. So that's great, because that means that there's even more awards out there. So thanks for joining me today, Sam. And
my pleasure. Thank you.
Forward to seeing the results of your judging this year and seeing you at the final.
Lovely. Great. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.